your coat and get your hat. Leave your worry on the doorstep. Just direct your feet to the sunny side of the street. Can't you hear a pitter-pat? And that happy tune is your step. Life can be so sweet on the sunny side of the street. I used to walk in the shade. Hi, welcome to another Sunny Side of the Street. I'm your host, Todd Gross, a clinical psychologist and director of Adams Street Associates Group Practice in Newton. And those of you who've been watching us know that our show really likes to look at the side of humanity that you don't often hear on the news. You hear a lot of negative things about people and how people act. But in fact, for 8 years, we've been telling stories about people who have really done positive things, helping other people, inspiring people. And in the course of some of those programs, we focused on the fact that one part of the sunny side of the street is the use of the creative arts, where people get to express emotions and they also really entertain. They make an impact in a very positive way, too. And although we've covered some shows that have to do with music, we've never really talked about rap music. So today we're going to focus in on rap music. And because, if you'll pardon the pun, rap sometimes gets a bad rap, I think you're going to really be pretty amazed by what you hear today. We have some guests who have performed rap music, and they're going to talk a lot about what they mean, what it means to them to do the music, and they're also going to give you a chance to hear them, and they're awesome. So let me introduce the guests that we have today, and then we'll be talking a little bit about rap. First, on my left, I have Michael Garfinkel, and you are also working with Brendan Duggan, who isn't here today, but your group is called No Trace. And thank you for being here, Michael. I'm glad you came.
Thank you for having me.
You bet. And then to your left, I have Isaac Williams, who goes by his rap name of I-MC, and you're part of the group Students of the Old School. And thanks for coming, Isaac.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Glad to have you here. And last, not least by any means, we have Nguvu, who also works with Isaac in Students of the Old School. Mm-hmm. Thanks for coming.
I'm glad to be here.
Great. Well, as a start for the audience, maybe if you could each say a little bit, we'll start with Michael and go down, how old you are and what got you into doing rap in the first place. And maybe you can start us off, Mike.
All right, well, rap really started for me growing up. I've always listened to rap. It's been music that's been played by my brothers, because my brothers are a lot older than me, so I was introduced to guys like Tupac, Biggie, Eminem in his early days, DMX, Jay-Z, all at a very young age. So I was exposed to very good rappers at a young age, so I learned to appreciate the music when I was really young. And then around 7th grade, which was 2 years ago, I got involved with a group called NTC, which is a group that is involved with cultural exchange with a village in
Actually,
Tanzania.
Mike, we had the people who started that program on this program before, too. That's cool that you were in there.
So what we did was to express American culture. I figured what better way to express it than with rap, because that's one of the that's one of the biggest parts of modern culture in America these days. So I made a CD. It wasn't very good because it was just my first time rapping, but I really started to take it seriously around the end of last year.
That's great. And you're at South High?
I am.
Okay, so we have a Newton student here, too. Isaac, can you say just a little about yourself, too, how you got into this?
I'm 23 years old now, turning 24. I've been rapping since I was 8.
Wow.
I did my first performance when I was 10. And I've just always, written lyrics. You go back through my notebooks from high school, and it's just all rhymes instead of. So I don't know how I, passed, but I did. And then, more recently, I had a friend pass away about 5 years ago, and when that happened, I kind of looked at everything I was doing, and said, if I could be gone so quickly. Then why am I not doing what I'm absolutely passionate about and that I love to do? And from there, it's just been a journey, just making music and working on my skills. And
very wise. What a turning point for you.
Yeah,
Thank you for letting us hear that.
Yeah, I mean, that's just, that's how it started, and it's just become something bigger than I really thought it would be. and hopefully we'll keep going to the next level. So.
Thanks
Yeah.
a lot. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
And how about you, Nguvu? How did you get started, and how old are you?
I'm 24.
Okay.
I got started in music when I was very young. My sister's ahead of me. I have 3 older sisters, and they were in stuff like the choir and stuff in school. So we would always sing in the house and stuff. So I began joining the choir at a very young age, around 5, 6, 7 years old, singing and stuff. Kept singing until 10, 11, and by that time I started writing my own songs. Just silly little songs about the girl I liked or something.
Of course, yeah.
Which everyone does, every guy
Absolutely,
does that,
yes.
a poem or something. But eventually progressed into rap when I was around 12, 13. Just my little raps, and same as Michael said, drew inspiration from 90s rappers
Yeah.
who were very conscious, had something to say, because that's what drew me into rap, is the meaning behind the rap. And sometimes it's fun, but sometimes you can learn something positive as well through the music. And so I sort of try and do that kind of music.
Yes.
And I've been in a bunch of groups. Before I came here, I grew up in Kenya.
Yes.
So before I came here, I was in a group which we did a little side project after we finished high school, just so we could have a CD, just have some fun. And I kept getting compliments from people that it's really good, you keep doing it, and that's like I kept doing. Arrived in Boston, met somebody I made music with for a while. We had a falling out, and but during that time I met Isaac, and we just began making music together.
Good thing.
Very good
You
thing.
guys are
very
amazing.
good thing. We're like doing,
As people will hear.
Yeah, we're trying to do our thing, and yeah,
Thanks.
just getting it out there.
Thank you. For any of you or all of you that want to comment, second, I was going to ask a little bit for the people who are, don't know too much about rap. A couple things. First, what are some of the reasons that you find yourself rapping? What does it really? Where does it come from? What kind of things drive you to do it? I mean, you already shared a little bit there, Isaac, where it came from for you. But any comments you guys want to make about the reasons people rap?
Well, for me, one thing that's always attracted me to rap is that rap is a form of expression.
Yes.
So you can really hear like who people really are through their music.
I bet.
And a lot of times you can get to know somebody through their words and like what they say to you, but that's really, they might not really be showing their true colors. So a lot of times words aren't what the person really is, and actions more reflect. But but my actions are my speaking, and that's my form of expression.
Yes.
So what I'm saying is truthfully how I feel, and I like the honesty that comes out of music, because a lot of times people are not straightforward.
I have to just really agree and strongly reinforce what you said, Michael. I've had examples where I'm working with a kid in my counseling practice, and we've been talking about issues for a long time, and then they'll say to me, I wrote a rap about some of this stuff. Would you like to hear it? And of course I do. And then their facial expression changes, everything changes, the emotion, as people will see when you guys perform, it comes out in a very special, different way. So that makes sense. How about for you guys? What would you add to that about the reasons that you think, rap is important to you?
I mean, all you said, Michael, was exactly right. Only thing I'd add to that is that it's a form of release, also expression, but also release.
Release, yeah.
It can be a release of negative emotions
True.
or feelings, or positive emotions or feelings, or just your general feeling about your surroundings or the world around you. So it's a way of, before, like, people used to, almost like, I describe it as almost like a guy's diary, because even though guys and girls can keep diaries, men and women keep diaries, but it's almost like a musician's diary if you rap.
That's a good metaphor.
Yeah, some stuff's for other people, and some stuff's more personal.
Yeah.
But you want to express it because no one's saying things in a way in which can be heard in a certain way. It's usually like watered down or something. But you find a way to say it how you understand it and how you think everyone else is going to understand it, and put it out.
All right.
Just to quickly chime
Sure,
in.
Mike.
I totally agree with what he's saying in the sense that it's like a diary, but one thing that's good about the music is that a diary is often kept so you can hold secrets inside.
Yes,
But what's great about music is, since it's your secrets that you're letting out, so a lot of times diaries is just a way of you holding what you're feeling in a book. But if I can express my feelings, I'm truly getting it out. And since it's my music, people can't really judge me. They can, but it's just who I am.
Plus, I would think that, at least this is my own feeling when I listen, when you hear some of those feelings that you're letting out, people who listen to it can identify with major parts of it too.
And
so they hear
especially-
parts of themselves in you too.
Especially the way that you say it too, because if you wrote it, it might just sound like complaining, but when you rap it, there's an art to it, and people really feel like can feel the music and the talent coming out of your words and say, wow, he can really express how he's feeling, but also incorporate that artistic feel to it.
Yeah, absolutely.
I would go and say, obviously, self-expression. That's, I grew up listening to '90s rap, sort of in the thick of it, and now, rap these days, it almost doesn't exist. Hip hop is a greater culture, and people call rap music hip hop music and put it together. But what I say is that rap is hip hop is not rap. So, it's two different things. And when as I've grown up and I've listened to all these great artists, you look out nowadays and people don't say anything significant. They just say things in their raps.
Like what's popular.
And so we try to come out and really, get a message across. It says just because this music has been seen one way, is sort of bad, and it's gotten a bad rap over the years. At times it deserves it, but it's not only that. It can be a lot more than that. People can learn from it.
Yes.
People can,
Absolutely.
people can save their lives through music and having something to focus on that really, carries you, day to day.
Forward,
So instead of trying to make club hit after club hit and just saying things that don't matter at all, we try to come across with the best message that we can. Not to say that everything we say is always positive.
Yes.
But even when we say something negative, we try to get it out there as just because something is bad doesn't mean it's always that. You can enjoy yourself in anything, no matter what you do. And hip hop is a great way to do it. Rap is a great way to do it.
Well said, Isaac.
Yeah.
That leads into another question I was going to ask you. Before the show, we were talking a little bit about the styles of rap, the different styles of rap.
Yeah.
And I wonder if I could ask you guys two questions. A little bit about the styles of rap that are out there so you can educate people. And then secondly, you guys started talking about how you create your raps. And I thought that was wonderful. So if you could talk each a little bit about both styles that are out there and also what you do to create your own rap.
So for like styles of
start
rap,
us off, Isaac.
For styles of rap, people sort of generalize it because it's rap music. But really, if you go back and you listen to every artist that's ever done it, it's different for everybody. Some people just make, club music. Some people make 90s hip hop. people wrote the two big names of rap together, Biggie Smalls and Tupac Shakur, and say that this is, 90s rap, gangster rap, thug rap. But if you go back and look at the two different styles, you got, the same kind of hardcore rap, but one's West Coast with a more upbeat sort of, vibe to it.
Yeah.
And then you have the New York style, which is real just thick and heavy,
Thick and heavy,
real
bossy.
raw. Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
So, it differs on all levels, so.
When you guys start to create your rap, can you say a little bit what that process is like, too?
I don't know, a lot of the time, well, at least for me,
Yeah.
I'm sure Isaac notices this by now, is that I'll listen to a beat and like a hook or a chorus will come to mind and I'll write it out.
Yeah.
And then basically the track will become, like, it will surround the chorus. So it's basically coming off the chorus, what you're trying to get back to. And sometimes I'll sing it to him and he'll be like, okay, that's really cool, let's work with that.
Yeah.
Or maybe let's change this or let's change that. And sometimes he'll approach me with a beat, which is most of the time, he'll approach me with a beat. I listened to this, I wrote this. I'm like, oh yes, we have to do this. Or, oh, we can
So you
work
play
it
off
out.
each other.
Yeah, but for the most part, he has a good ear, I have a good ear, and we know, because we're working together for quite a while now, we know what kind of styles
And
of
just to-
beats to.
Yeah, just
Like-
to work with, just to center it for me, to give you a real process. I start out and I'll just sit there and listen to a beat. Sometimes I'll have something for 5, 6 years
Right.
that I'll never use. and then one day it'll hit me. Some days I'll sit down and write it, but when I actually form a song, I try to write the best thing that I can and make that the chorus, and then try to take everything else and make it better than that. And that's how I
Interesting.
make a song.
How about you,
The
Michael?
hook in a song is what keeps people listening, because if you don't have a good hook, you can have as good lyrics as you want, but the hook is what people are going to be jamming to, like when they're not at their laptop, when they're not at their iPhone. So the hook is the one thing that people are going to remember specifically about your song, because no one's going to walk around saying 2 lines. But the thing about a hook is it's only 3 or 4 lines, but it kind of just sums up everything you've said in your verses.
No, exactly.
But in terms of how I make my music, I really like to let things come to me. So maybe I'm a lot more thoughtful in the beginning, and then I'm a lot more thoughtful as in I'll take a lot of time to think of a good opening for my verse, and then it kind of just goes from there, and I'll just start writing, erasing, rewriting, forming, and just after maybe 2 hours, it could take 2 hours, it could take a week, it could take 45 minutes, I'll come up with a verse. And I mean, I pretty much just, I'm not trying to be overconfident, but like with everything I make, I almost feel like it's my best every time, and I just feel like every single one's my best, because I feel like if you don't love your verse, why say it?
Good point. And you were saying when you look at it, you stand back and say, did I write this?
Yeah, sometimes I'll look back and just be like, I can't believe I thought of that. I'll pause and just be like, I'm so thankful, because like I work really hard. Like I devote like at least 1 to 2 hours a night, included, because I would do more, but I have homework, I have stuff to do. I'm a high school student.
Right.
But I devote like 1 or 2 hours to music almost every night. So so my effort really pays off. But at the same time, I've always been a really creative kid, and I'm just like, I just look back and I'm just kind of like, wow, I'm really thankful for the fact that I have
it's a blessing, isn't
that
it?
state of mind. Because sometimes it doesn't come in handy in school, because I'll find myself daydreaming. But when I'm daydreaming, I'll come up with a line. So it's like
you get something out of it.
It's quid pro quo.
Yeah, that's great. Well, I think this is a perfect time. Now we got the audience's appetite whet. Let's let them hear a little what you guys do. And since you were just talking about yours, why don't we have you go first, Michael? And if you want, just tell people a little bit about the rap you chose, and then do it and let people see it.
All right, so I guess before I actually perform my rap, I'm just like, right now, since I'm such a young kid, I haven't been through too much hardship yet. So I kind of try and just stay as lyrically complex as I possibly can and convey positive messages. And I'm not a person who's gonna say something that they can't back up. So I'm not gonna talk about like a hardship I've been through if I haven't really been through it, or like hard times in my life. Because in all honesty, I live a good life. Like I'm happy where I'm at. So I'm just right now just trying to be discovered as like a good lyricist, and I can use my good lyricism to convey a specific story, as I have specific stories to reflect on. So right now, I kind of just like to rant a little bit.
Go for it. I appreciate what you said too. Go ahead, Mike.
All right, so I'll just start it. Said the old days were okay, but honestly I like being big, cause people didn't want to listen when I was a little kid, and they still don't, and haters they still won't, because every success has got failure in it. Yeah, I failed hundreds of times, but I come back with the rhymes that make all of tick time wanna fly slow, and I be riding with dimes, and I relax and recline, but don't be mistaken, cause that's just how your boy rolls, and I'm hot and girls ain't afraid to love me. I'm a big guy now, my huggies fit by now, when I'm pissed if by now you don't understand, you'll never touch me. And what you've heard is absurdity in words, and if you don't know what rap is, here's your chance to learn, and you can infer what is coming up next. It's the best young white rapper to appear out the nest, and I'm the standard of art while all of you simply talking. We don't follow the rules, so just call me Jay, walking, rocking back to a hot track, laying out lyrics, steering minds into insanity just so they can hear it. The harsh fact is, rapping fast ain't all that attractive. You can spit fast, but my rhymes are so radioactive, and radio attractive, blasted in the back of class and make it a smash hit. Forget that racks on racks on racks, yeah. And this backwards is Sith, so I stay like a Jedi. You talk about smoking trees, but I ain't seen you with no red eyes, only pink eye. Cause I'm going at you all the time with all my lines, and they will penetrate into your enzymes. The way I end rhymes, I end lives within times of seconds. And it's not only these beats, but it's your rep I'm wrecking. I reckon that you need to rewrite, cause for you to be tight, you gotta be at least at my level. Start brainstorming, alright? Cause my velocity's accelerating, viscosity's the flow we make, and your corniness is growing so belated in a way. It's like the same because you killed it and I killed it, but the difference is I rocked the crowd. You literally killed it, I smelt it. Dead bodies everywhere, staring with a blank look like people when they see my rhyme book, and the time took to achieve it was well needed. And don't worry about your knowledge, that is what my rhymes are feeding. And then I keep going. You want me to keep going?
Yes.
I have one more.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I stopped caring after a while when people started making jokes, say I'ma wanna be 8 Mile. Well, I stopped using that to inspire, cause I only spit fire, and now I'm going haywire, and I'm a mental McDonald's, cause I'm a brain fryer, and I ain't lying. I speak the truth in the booth when I'm testifying. So back to what I said before, I went from being a nobody in the class to being asked to being lions roar. So what you crying for? You should have been productive, cause hating won't make rhymes, it'll only make better. Productions coming from me, and now you're coming to see what is becoming to me. I'm the opposite of recumbency. Ideas are like salads because I mix and toss it. I got rum flowing from me like the water from the faucet. If you lost it, I found it. I found you on the ground with no sound. Your arms bounded, tied down and dumbfounded. And that's where my lyrics left you. My spirits kept you infected and leave you to be left to be feeding through a medicinal test tube. That's how you're getting your nutrition. The Newton kid spitting the newest written. You could hear the kid with true precision. Or maybe a new religion. I'm conforming possibly, cause rap ain't even just music. It is just my life philosophy. My brain is just a place for flows and new creation, and it's inflamed from infiltrations of information.
Now, guys out there, there's going to be a quiz. You have to remember all those words. Very good, Mike. That was amazing. In the interest of time, let me let you guys say a little, do maybe one of the raps that you do.
Yeah.
You want to explain it first? Or?
Yeah, you know, we're doing this song. It's called I Believe. You know, it's a real positive message, as we've been saying. We're doing it, also performing it with the Hoop Suite Project, which is something that Anna Meyer's dance company has founded, and it's, you know, youth outreach where we go around the basketball courts and, you know, try to convey a positive message through our
Excellent.
music.
That's good for people to know about that,
So,
too.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, let's hear it.
Let's hear it. All right.
I know I'm supposed to keep it positive, and while I understand and acknowledge this, what kind of future have we built for kids? People vote on TV more than we vote on politics, but I guess it doesn't matter what the problem is. Now, let's see if you can follow this. We in a fight most of y'all don't want to bother with, and I'm one man in an ocean of arguments. That's why I gotta give my heart to this. Giving up is easy, but me, I find it hard to quit. While you're focused on what will they get, what will they give? Man, the greatest will of all is the will to live. So I gotta give it all that I got to give. It's cliche, but you gotta take a shot to miss. The problem is, my prior accomplishments ain't never gonna help me accomplish this.
Hey, it's been cloudy waiting for the sun to break through. All the mistakes you made, they done made you. Because they're gonna despise and criminalize when you're done with that weak sauce and lame juice. We're getting higher than the mountain air. And what's love?
What's love?
If we don't share, and if you feel me, put your hands in the air. Cause I'ma keep stacking cheddar, that cheddar, and then it keeps getting better and better and better. Cause yes, I believe.
Yes, I believe.
That a day is gonna come when we will see the sun, and yes, I believe.
Yes, I believe.
That a change gon' come.
Anger and hatred are basic, face it. You can conquer anything that you face with. You gotta know in your heart you gotta feel in your heart you can make it. Now look, I've always had a trouble with patience, I hate waiting. Cause this world is mine for the taking. And I know sometimes it might feel like you just can't take it, but the truth is, it is what you make it. Still, every time that I play on my music, I get anxious. Cause it didn't matter if I made it. I could serve it up, diamond studded and gold plated. But was it really worth it if you hate it? You see, I got a taste for life and I love that flavor. So what if I don't sign to a major? Get shine from a label. With time I find that I'm able to go out and get my plateful. It's been cloudy waiting for the
sun to break through. It's bling cloudy waiting for the sun to break through. All the mistakes you made that done made you, because they're gonna despise and criminalize when you done with that weak sauce and lame juice. We're getting higher than the mountain air. And what's love?
What's love?
If we don't share, and if you feel me, put your hands in the air. Cause I'ma keep stacking cheddar, that cheddar, and then it keeps getting better and better and better. Cause yes, I believe,
yes, I believe
that a day is gonna come when we will see the sun. Yes, I believe,
yes, I believe
that a change gonna come. I said a change gonna come.
That a change gonna come.
All right. Awesome.
Thank you.
Well, guys, you can see why all these three guys are a part of the sunny side of the street. That was just wonderful and very, very positive. Very positive and great expression. Well, before thanking you for coming, I just want to ask you maybe a little bit, if you could comment on this notion that people have that all rap music is just terrible language and anti-women. What would you say? Just because that's a criticism.
I can say that without even thinking about what we were writing, we wrote this song with no swears in it.
Yes.
It wasn't like that's what we were going for.
Right.
It's just that's what came
It's
out.
what comes out, yes.
You know, and I try to be respectful and think about all audiences that I have, you know, because women listen to my music. My mom listens to my music.
Yes, yeah.
You know, I have middle schoolers who have copies of my CD. So
Yeah.
if I say something negative, I have to really think about how it's gonna wear on the people around me. So that's why, you know, being positive is real important. You know, I'm not always gonna say, you know, that life is beautiful.
Right, because that isn't real.
But, you know,
sometimes.
when I say something, it's to get it across that even at the worst it could be, you can still pull yourself up, you know, and be better than,
Yes.
you know, anyone thought you could. So, you know.
I mean, just to add to that as well is that the reason people have this view of rap like that is because that they follow rap through social media, through you know, commercial rap, what's on radio, what's on, you know, like you'll hear like the most horrific rap song at 8 in the morning, like when you're driving to work or something, and it's like then they talk about like that's rap, and there's so much more. Like in the 90s, you're talking about earlier, they're talking about like Biggie and Tupac were the biggest, like, you know, names in 90s rap. And that's what people think 90s rap was, unless you went deeper and like had other bands, like the Diggable Planets, there's Wu-Tang Clan, there's Tribe Called Quest, all these other bands who were talking about positive stuff during the 90s, even when there was all the nonsense going on. So, you know, just give it a listen, go deeper, try find, you know, other kinds of rap, not just what you've heard.
Right.
It'll be there.
Yeah. Right.
Michael, do you have anything to add to that?
Yeah, I mean, I was gonna say what you were gonna say. People like you can't blame people. I mean, if you don't listen to rap music, I mean, you're just gonna hear it on the radio. But my one pet peeve when it comes to my music is how people just think that rap is so vulgar. But like, if you're gonna judge rap, at least take the time to get an education on it.
Very good point.
And I can't blame people in the sense that they don't know, and at the same time, the radio should at least, I mean, in my opinion, they should at least have a channel that should be called like.
I gotta break in and interrupt you guys. I'm sorry because of time, but not only was your music amazing, but your ability to articulate what you do and why you do was wonderful. And so thank you, Michael, Isaac, Nguvu. Thank you for coming. You're awesome. May you keep going. And for our audience, please come and join us again next time for another Sunny Side of the Street. Take care, everybody, and see you soon.